Jeffrey wants to make 100k in the next bull run so he can leave his rat race job and live the life he desires. But wait, Jeffrey, this is not the way. Jeffrey buys $500 worth of Bitcoin and $500 worth of Ethereum. He's been told these coins will 100x by the next bull run, so he waits. He makes a few $1,000s by 2025, but he's nowhere near the six-figure mark he was aiming for, and yet he's stuck in his job, living paycheck to paycheck. Adonis knows with the small amount of money he's putting into cryptocurrency a month from his daily job, he will get in there by 2025. But Adonis understands that Ethereum and Bitcoin are not the way. He needs to buy strong, undervalued altcoins that have a great run ahead. Adonis will make it, Jeffrey will always stay broke. How you're going to make 100 grand in next crypto bull run, dudes. And I think, honestly, 100 grand should be the bare minimum for a bunch of reasons. You're probably looking at 100 grand and going, that's absolutely crazy. There's nowhere near I can even get 100 grand. I've got a couple grand in my bank account. I've got my overdraft in right now, or I might have 5 or 10 grand. But I'm going to tell you something right now, 100 grand will be easier. There was a lot of my buddies in 2021 that came from 3, 4, 5, 6 grand and read it way past the six-figure mark. And unfortunately, they didn't take profits though. They could have, and they would have had that in their bank account today, but they didn't actually cash it out. But I promise you something, this next run is going to be absolutely crazy. But there's a couple of steps we're going to talk about. In fact, there's 12 steps we're going to talk about. And the last one, yes, the last one is the most important one, so stick around. But if you're not taking this shit seriously and you do think 100 grand is just out of reach, you're not going to make it, bro. You're not going to make it, because I promise you, you do not need a lot of money. Plus the time that we've got till the next bull run, it's not out of stretch, brother. It's really not out of stretch. And I don't want you guys to have limiting beliefs, because you are killers. You're warriors. You're not here to F around. We're here to take shit seriously. Now, there's going to be 12 steps that I've wrote down to make your first 100 grand in the next bull run. Because we're not making it now. This is a bear market. A lot of people are trying to make money now. Unless you're trading and you're very, very good, you're not making money right now. Probably you're down in your portfolio. That's absolutely fine. You're here for the next bull run. You have to understand that. But it doesn't have to be hard. And it's going to require some effort. Most of this effort is going to be done for you in the 12 steps. You just have to go and take action on it. I can only tell you what to do. You have to take the action. There's no such thing as a free lunch here. Understand that. But here are going to be your bulletproof steps if you're looking to potentially capitalize on the next crypto bull run. Number one is going to be educate yourself. So important, because before you invest, you must understand how cryptocurrency markets work. Now that goes with exchanges. How do you get money on exchange? Find a YouTube video. Don't ask me in the comments below, brother. How do you unload crypto here? How do you take profits? How do you move money here? All of this can be found by educating yourself on YouTube videos. There's already videos done for them. You're not going to find me talking about that stuff. I might occasionally apply to you if I see it because I want to help you, but I don't have time to be answering what's the best exchange, blah, blah, blah. You have to go out and educate yourself. You have to go and ask yourself, what part of the world do you live in? And then truly, can you know what suits yourself? It's very, very simply. You got to get exchanges working, you got to ideally get a hardware wallet, and you've got to know what coins to invest in. Number one, go and educate yourself. Number two is research and select promising projects. Now, the cryptocurrency market, I'm sure you're all aware, we're all a bunch of sometimes crazy guys that like to argue in comments. I think it's one of the most where people argue about a coin that doesn't even have any value to them, if that makes sense. So people argue about H-bar is the best coin in the world. Some they'll argue about how Dogecoin is going to make them rich, and then some they'll argue about how Shiba is the next $1 million coin, blah, blah. It's such a strong community, and that's great. That's what you want. But I've never seen a more community where it's more feist and, complaints about coins. And that's only because we're talking about our real hard-earned money here. So I understand. But understand, not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. There's scam coins, there's coins that have use cases, there's coins in AI, there's coins in gaming. They're all different. Research identify projects with strong fundamentals, real-world use cases, active development teams, and community support. Avoid investing based on solely hype or speculation. Now, you can make money on hype and speculation, and you will make money on hype and speculation. Speculation is one of the things where most people do make their money. But imagine if they had fundamentals, real-world use cases, active teams, and a community and support. Then it just makes it easy, because then it's almost like a 99.9% guarantee that in the next bull run, the coin will go up. If it's just on hype and speculation, 2025, it probably will push up a little bit. There's a chance that it can just do shit. And I don't want you guys to do shit because you're not hitting 100 grand if you're going to do shit. Now, diversification, super, super important. Boring as if, but it must be done. You can't put all your funds in a single cryptocurrency. What diversification is going to do, it's going to help migrate risk by spreading your investments across multiple projects. I believe the 5 to 8 is the best for most investors. This way, if one project performs poorly, others might balance it out. Now, I gave you the introduction there with Jeffrey. Bitcoin and Ethereum are not bad coins, but for the amount of money he had, the amount of money probably most of you guys had was $5,000 to $10,000. It might be less, it might be more, but that's the average investor, what I'm seeing. And it's not going to get there by getting Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're not going to get there at all. You're going to do well. You're going to make more than most people. That's great. But if your goals are 100K, and I think you should be, you're not going to get there unless you can put in serious money. What you also must understand is you must be spread. If I was just a H-bar investor, it might not go well. I hope it goes well. I think it's going to go well because it has, the great team, the use cases, everything else going on here. But there is a chance that just something can just take it out. Then I would be effed. But wait, I've got another 5 to 10 altcoins that cover from this, and this balances out the risk. That is what's so important about diversification. You must have, in my opinion, 5 to 8 altcoins are going to be absolutely fine for you. You can go a little bit more sniper focused if you want. You can go a little bit machine gun focused. You might go 10 to 14. But anything more than that, dudes, it's just so spread, unless you really know what you're doing. Now, quick shout out to Nord. I have to shout them out because they are sponsoring this video, and I love Nord, one of the most legit projects in the world with great use cases themselves. If you want to get your privacy in check, boys, if you haven't heard about Nord, they're a VPN. VPNs are great for a bunch of reasons. To keep your privacy safe if you're using Trader and some other platforms, for example, MEXC, I don't think you can even use in the UK. So if you're using some of these exchanges and you want to be secure, and if you plan to get 100 grand by 2025 and you're logging in on exchanges and you're using reputable VPN, this is crucial because if you're going in exchanges, they know exactly where you are. If you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do with whatever it is, and your goal is to make that 6 figures, couple of bucks a month with zero risk, a refund back money guarantee, it's a no-brainer. I use them myself. And I'll show you how it works in a second. But in fact, I'll show you how it works now, just because I've got it right here. Whatever you want, I can log into wherever the F I want. If I want to log in Romania, Finland, I can bounce around just with a click of a button. I don't need to travel to Finland, spend $2,000 on an airplane ticket just to log on and get safe. You can click a button. It's probably the best one I've ever seen. And it's so important because if I'm logged out right now, if I scroll down, there's my IP address. Tells me exactly where I am. I'm unprotected. Protected in the bedroom though, as always, boys. Keep that to yourself. But super simple. Click the link, get your VPN. You can decide what package you want, and that's it. It's simple. If you do the 2-year plan, obviously you're paying it up front. If you just want to do it monthly, it'll be a little bit more expensive. Or I'd recommend just getting the year. £3.89 a month. I think that'll be like $55 a year, $70, whatever it is. Obviously we have to pay VAT. Get rid of that, and that's it. Super simple. For £56 a year, and you plan to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, $3-4 a month. It's worth it in my opinion, boys. It's worth it in my opinion. You'd be silly to not take advantage. Just leaving it there. So click the link in the description. I'll probably put a pinned comment on there. Absolute zero risk, money back guarantee, message support if it's crap. There's no risk with this, boys. And I guarantee you'll love it. I've used them all the time, and I'm going to be using them probably forever. Number 4 is set clear goals. This is one of the most important ones, and this is what anybody that joins my private community. That's number 1 when they have a crypto question. Have you set your goals? Define your investment goals, whether they're short-term, trading profits, or long-term holdings. Your strategy is going to depend on your risk tolerance. So what I mean by that is if somebody comes in and say, Jake, I want to make 100 grand in cryptocurrency. So what I say to them is, well, how much are you actively investing every single month? Well, they say, well, I'm investing $500 every single month. I'll go, okay then. Let's say you have 8 months to the next halving. That's about 4 grand. So you've got 4 grand you're actively going to invest in. And we can get 10x on that and just on some safe coins like QNT, etc. I'm not going to go too deep in that in this video. I'm not here to talk about coins. We're just here to talk about these points. But theoretically, with that 4 grand, we can treat that as 35, 40, 45. We could treat it as less if we went safer. We could treat it as the 100 grand if we went full degen, absolutely. But theoretically, we've got 40 grand there. And they might go, well, okay, that's cool. Well, how do we get the extra 6? Because I'm treating everything as a 10x here. Well, they might be able to double their income. Well, then they've pretty much already done it. Or they might already have money already in. Or they might have other investments in Bitcoin and Ethereum that we can liquidate to these smaller cap altcoins with more risk, of course. And that's the game. That's exactly the game. So you have to set your clear goals. If your goal is 100 grand, but you only plan to invest $1,000 like Jeffrey, and you invest all in Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're not going to make it. It's just as simple as that. So you must understand those goals and you must set them, and they must be clear. Timing is another one. If you're not timing this, it's obviously mostly trading, but if just the bull and bear markets, this got me wrecked. This got me absolutely wrecked. I was buying cryptocurrencies when I thought we were still in the bull market. When I wasn't buying Bitcoin in the bull market, but let's just show you Bitcoin for example. I was buying H bar down here on this Bitcoin chart. And I was like, yeah, we're still in the bull market. But I just didn't understand the basic shit of understanding where we were in the market. And we were in a bear market. So why the F was I buying? I should have been DC'd in, but I was coming here with 40 grand buying H bar, 10 grand buying this coin, whatever. And it got me absolutely wrecked. I will win in the long term, but I'm having to hold way longer. And imagine if I could DC at the bottom of the market or near the bottom when we were confirmed, rather than lump sums getting me wrecked. So it's so important. Risk management. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile and prices can swim dramatically. Now, this is important if your wife, potential other, son, daughter, whatever, needs that money and you're putting all in cryptocurrency for the goal to make it next week. That's not going to do well for you, bro. If you have to put money in, you are prepared to sit on your hands for it and potentially lose. Now, the way we do it is we're 90% guaranteeing money in the bull run because we're so spread and we know our coins are going to do well. Even if some of them don't do well, we're still going to capitalize on that 10x. But you have to be able to prepare to wait. And if you can't and your car breaks down, etc., you do not want to be selling that cryptocurrency. So you must understand that if you're coming in the game, you can't need that money for the next 2 years. Now, stay updated. What you can do is follow news, market updates. Being informed about stuff is obviously going to make you more informed. I'll tell you what this really means in a nutshell. You can say Terra Luna, when the peg crashed, etc. A lot of people called this way before. Same with Celsius. They were like, nope, Celsius is a scam. It's a big Ponzi. Get the F out. And if I just listened to these people, I would have saved myself so much money. Not in Terra Luna, because I wasn't involved in this. I actually had a little cheeky gamble down here. It was the quickest $4,000 that I lost in my life. I think it's worth 3 pence now. I thought it was potential to come back. But also on the other hand, the guys that got in Terra Luna early, they got rich. There's two sides to each story. People, I'll bring up Terra Classic and they're like, oh yeah, Terra's the reason why I'm in Dubai right now living the best life. Or on the other side, that was these guys getting in early, the news at the right time. Or the other guys like, oh yeah, Terra, my wife left me, I'm a drug addict, and I'm on the verge of suicide, and people did commit suicide, unfortunately. There's just two sides to each story. It just pretends of who you know, what you know, and how to get in and how to get out. You see that with every single coin. It'll either wreck you or it'll make you. And that's the harsh reality. So you have to stay updated. Now, holding versus trading, I think you can do both. There's a guy in our community that does both. Decide whether you want to be a long-term hodler. I think we should all be doing that for the next bull run. But you can use trading alongside. But obviously, that is a little bit risky. Only use money you can afford to lose. And ideally not go leveraged out your tits. A little bit of leverage is not going to hurt. Roberto in our group, he loves to use a little bit of leverage, but he's very, very smart. And he sent me some wins last night and he's killing the game. But he does both. It's not hodling versus trading. He will do both. I'm not the trader. I'm just chilling right now. I might do some swing trades, but I'm not doing any day trading at the moment. FOMO, fear of missing out. This can lead you to absolutely impulse decisions, just like that 4 grand on Terra Luna. I was like, oh, let's have a gamble at this. It's supposed to go back up, but my sources were all wrong. And I could afford to lose that 4 grand. I think I did it live in one of my YouTube videos. In that run, it was absolutely crazy. In fact, I know I did because I did it on KuCoin. And yeah, I lost the 4 grand, but a lot of people couldn't afford to lose that 4 grand. So stick to your strategy. That was not my strategy. That was just me being a little bit silly, me taking on a gamble. And it got me, wrecked, but nothing really in my life was the exact same. It was just, I had the money there, I had the USD today, I swapped it for Luna, and it was worth nothing very, very fast. So don't let emotions drive your investment choices. You cannot do that. Secure your investments. Very boring, but get stuff set up like 2FFA, get your hardware wallets, your Tangent wallet's a great one, your Ledger Nano is a great one, and obviously your Trezor. Get these set up. If you can afford them, they are a little bit expensive, and especially the Trezor's like $200. And it does eat into your investment strategy if you can only invest $500 a month. That's like half your shit gone. So it is kind of annoying. Get the Tangent wallet's a little bit cheaper, but get the setup. It's going to be so important. Taxes. Not going to go into this too much, but this is obviously going to be massive for people in the UK. Whatever you make, USA, the government's going to try and take 50% of it. They'll try and find a way, and they will get you. So unless you're one of those guys that are lucky to invest in, where there's no taxes on capital gains, etc., you're going to be paying your taxes, or you can try and do it cheeky and not pay them, but they'll find you, especially in the USA, they'll come for you. So number 12, and this is the one I was talking about. Imagine if you could double your income. So the example I gave you from the start, or that guy with the 4 grand, imagine if he could just have 8 grand. He's already done it for the next DCA. So I think what's so important, and this is what we talked about at our meet in London with the private community, got a lot of guys doing YouTube, a lot of guys starting to do e-com, a lot of guys want to do trading, a lot of guys just getting their income up as high as possible so they can funnel this into cryptocurrency. And if you're going to take anything away from this, obviously be safe, invest in good projects, understand your risk, don't get absolutely wrecked. But if you could just double your income, the game's so easy. The game just becomes so easy because to hit that 100 grand, It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money once you start doubling your income to your active investments. I think you can all do that, whether you like to admit it or not. It is a hard pill to swallow because everybody wants that 100x coin. Everybody wants that clickbaity 50x coin. But if you could just double your income, bro, the 100 grand, it wouldn't be far-fetched. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the comments below. Take care.